Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Magical Journey Show with your host, Reverend Bryan Rawls. And here we go again, the last week in the month, and we have back again the lovely Carrie. So I have a couple of announcements to make before Carrie comes into the picture. So I wanted to mention that tomorrow there is the full moon in 6 degrees Capricorn, and I wanted to send out a reminder that this will be sent out. The MP3 will be sent out by 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then I'm also doing another ritual tomorrow evening as well for the full moon. So there will be 2 rituals in the same day. So I will be sending out the recording twice. So if you receive the recording in the morning and in the evening, it's okay. Do not worry. They're both the same recording. They're just recorded with, they're recorded at different times, and also with possibly a little bit of a upshift in frequency. So, and then again, if everyone joins in and I have enough people in the participation plate, then I will cut it off early to basically close down the list. But highly doubt that will happen. But again, that will be done. That will be sent out at 11 a.m. tomorrow and 11 p.m. tomorrow evening. So we're about to bring on Carrie, and this evening we have a very, basically a very special topic that is going to step forth for all of you to take on y'all's journey, and don't worry if you don't have a full size area in your house, which is the kitchen, because the smallest kitchen can be small and the same amount of magic can be worked in it, and then there can be a huge kitchen and a very powerful magic can be worked out of it. But as y'all all know by now, we're going to be speaking about kitchen witchery, or magic within the kitchen. So we'll bring on Carrie, and let's welcome Carrie. Hello.
Hi.
So Carrie, how have you been, and how have you been dealing with the energies lately?
Oh, bipolarly. I've really been doing good. I've been doing, I've been going through some things, soul searching wise and, personally wise, but otherwise I'm doing excellent. Things are looking up.
Perfect. So we have, so tell the folks a little bit about, that are just now tuning in to us and to you, a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so once again, not only am I Brian's personal assistant, we also we run the Silver Whisper store together. I've been practicing 13 years, getting ready to be 14 years in July. July will be 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
God, getting old. So yeah, I've been practicing 13 years, almost 14. Bryan and I have worked together for several years. I'm also the high priestess of our coven. I do fairy work, kitchen witch work. I do a lot of the main component spell work. I'm also a certified aromatherapist. I do read tarot cards. I do customized work-ins. I deal a lot more in the love department than Bryan does. So a lot of you that have asked for love spells, love mojo bags, things like that, that a lot of those come, with way more participation on my end than normal. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick rundown.
Yeah, and Carrie is also available for readings. And if anyone is interested in that, Carrie does have a email address that everyone can get in contact with her through. But let's get on our topic. And so with kitchen witchery, this is basically magic in the kitchen, and some of the basics to working magic in the kitchen is very simple, simplified magic, very basic magic.
It's simple but effective. It's very effective simple. Magic. As long as you understand that your kitchen, if you're going to be doing kitchen magic, it is considered your sacred space. Mm-hmm. You want to keep it clean. You want to constantly, make sure you're releasing all the negative energy out of it. You're putting pure, positive, good energy in, and you're cleansing it just as much as you would your altar room. Yes. You can set up a small altar in there. Very simple. It doesn't have to be elaborate. A candle, mm-hmm. Maybe a designated, what am I thinking of? Cauldron, like a small
or a designated pot
that you have. Anything very small. It doesn't have to be big, because obviously, even when you're cooking, you are making a type of magic when you're cooking even regular meals.
Mm-hmm. Spaghetti.
You can put anything in that as far as intuition-wise, because it's all about your intention as you're doing this, as you're making your ingredients and things like that. We're going to do very basic, kind of a quick rundown, few basic tips and tricks, but otherwise you can make it your own.
Yes, most definitely. And also understanding that a lot of, there you go, Linnell, definitely. But a lot of what is kitchen witchery is the main or the largest component of kitchen witchery is the herb, the herbal knowledge of it. With thyme, rosemary, and then with bay leaves and cinnamon. I know all of you folks have that in your cupboard, or at least have had that in your cupboard at one time before. So that is stuff that is normally found in the cupboard, and also is used in kitchen witchery very frequently. But also understanding that the things that we use, like the utensils, they have substitution to the elements, such as like with water, that's the liquid in the pot. And then we have with the air, which is the
spoon that you can use to stir it with.
Also known as the wand.
We also use wood. We use a lot of the wooden spoons. Mm-hmm. We use a lot of those in the kitchen work because, again, wood represents earth also. So yes. It kind of overlaps. There's a lot of overlap in kitchen witchery.
Yes, and then with the earth element, the herbs that you used is also representation of the earth element, as well as also the wooden spoon, as well as also the wooden spoon being a representation of the wand, which is a representation of the air element. And then we have the representation of fire, which is the burner for the pot, which is the burner under of the stove. And then we have metal, which is the actual pot that the magic, or the container for the magic. So,
side note, mm-hmm. Just, because I always like to say KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Make sure that if you are making potions and you're dealing with oils, things that cannot be ingested when you're doing this, do not use your regular cooking pots. Like have a set to like, okay, we're not going to cook our meals out of these. These are just for, potions, oils, things of that nature.
Yes.
Just a sidebar.
Because I will tell you, I have ruined many a pan and many a pots due to boiling herbs down, that a real pungent herb down, and it
cloves is one. Cloves is very hard to get out. It doesn't matter what it is.
It is a mess if you really boil it into the pot, and that smell stays, and it will contaminate your food. And even though if you like a little bit of spice to it, I mean, there you go. But
not everybody likes certain things.
Yeah. And so also understand that kitchen witchery is not just necessarily working magic with the stove. It's also sweeping.
Yes, sweeping,
mopping,
cleaning.
A lot of kitchen magic deals with money bringing in,
house blessings,
bringing, opening doors, bringing in prosperity, bringing in abundance, more happiness, more joy, all that type of emotion and that type of energy and that type of nature.
But it's not limited to that, because like my kitchen, we make all our candles there. We do a lot of our infusions there, and our spaces, that is already blessed. So it's not limited to just what we're talking about.
Yeah,
at all.
Definitely keep your mind open, and always be open to new suggestions, because we're about to go over a list of common herbs in the cupboard, or common household spices that not normal people, but more like the typical household would have.
Right. And their uses. So.
And then a lot of this you may find in your grandmother's garden, or in your mother's garden, or in your garden.
Yeah, this is usually a lot of what we call kitchen witchery is basically solitary stuff that you do on your own. It's not limited to solitary by no stretch of the imagination, but this is something that either you learn hands-on and you do a lot of research by yourself, or it's passed down from mother to daughter, or however you want to go with that, grandmother to daughter, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So we do have a couple of things to go through with you.
Yeah,
about
I've got a bunch of tips
some charm bags, like a blessed charm bag, or what I like to call a blessed bundle. You can either do it as a charm bag, or you can do it as a bundle, and yes, we are getting ready to take questions, and if you are wanting to ask any types of questions, you need to call into area code 323-870-3791 and press number 1 to ask a question. Again, that is 323-870-3791. And Carrie will be pulling cards, and I will be giving clairvoyant and clairaudient psychic readings. Yes, and we will definitely go through the uses and properties of those for you, Linnell, so stay tuned. So before we go to the to those, we are going to take a phone caller before we get down into the nitty-gritty. All right, so let's go to our phone lines, and our phone line is 231. Destiny 231. Question, please.
Hey, good to see you guys. Good to hear from you guys.
Hi.
Nice hearing from you as well. And what can we help you with?
I have just been noticing that the sun just seems really uncomfortably hot. Now, I don't know what this has to do. I don't know if this has to do with like the crystals in our body, or you know what I mean? Because we're crystalline now. We're getting more crystalline. But it just, I can't handle being out there for long periods of time, and I am just like getting really dark really fast. Like,
Okay.
It's intense.
So I will tell you that there is a lot of intensity to the solar energies at the moment, and I will tell you it's kind of like a damned if you do and a damned if you don't, because Mother Earth's going to shine her rays regardless of whether we want them to or not. But I will tell you that yes, the energies of the solar energies have definitely intensified, and they're about to intensify even more higher once July gets here, because we will be into the doggone days of summer, as well as also
we have the solar eclipse.
Yeah, we also have the solar eclipse and then the lunar eclipse, which are going to kind of wreak havoc on the emotions. And then also on top of that, we have Sirius rising in our sky as well. So with Sirius rising in our sky, that marks the hottest days of summer. And when the Sirian energies get really intense, the solar energy has to intensify so that our solar codes basically go into the crystals or the crystals within our bloodstreams, which basically deposit codes and code sequences within our DNA and our 8-cell blueprint, which will basically allow for us to smoothly move through the Book of Sahara into the Book of Nasira.
Nice. Nasira. So now we got a new book already coming in?
We are going I just received the name of the new book, but the new book will not actually step forward until December 21st of 2018.
Oh, wow. It just seems like everything's going just so
It's
fast.
going way too fast. Way too fast there. With all that is happening and all that is transpiring, each book is going to continue to remain open as.
Are you going to write a book?
Eventually.
Are you going to write a book about all of this?
Eventually, as the information gets given to me, then basically the information will get jotted down. I do have many notebooks that are within my office that are filled with information about Sahara, and it's getting probably about 3 or 4 pages full of information about Nasira.
Oh, you've been busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I basically, you can say I've been busy because I have known about Nasira for probably about 4 days now. And on the 23rd is when I found out about her, and I was shocked.
Yeah, me too. We just met Sahara, and we already got a new girl coming online.
Well, what they are showing me is that, and then we're going to go back to the kitchen witchery because I'm trying to stay on topic, and I told myself I was going to stay on topic today.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, but with Nasira, what's going to happen is all the books are going to remain open. So we have Akash open, and Akash is a female, and she is a being that basically was translating energy to me through as I grew up in my years. And then Sahara came in probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And then Nasir is coming in. And what's being told to me by my main guide, Satora, is by the ending of all of this in 2028, is that all 12 of these beings will basically, all 12 of these beings will basically be a council of 12 that my energy will allow for that to equal the council of 13, and that will be the channeling information that is basically sought out and basically helps humanity further along in their ascension process.
Oh, that's so cool, Bryan. I am so proud of you and so happy for you. I really don't have a question. I guess I just wanted to talk to you.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you calling in and having the opportunity to speak with us. And definitely go to your kitchen and get ready to listen, because we're about to list out a list of household items that probably every kitchen has. And I know you can whip you up some magic that you can create out of it.
We're going to whip up something good here?
Oh, yes, we're about to whip up something good.
See you there. Thanks, guys.
You're very welcome. All right, dear. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for calling in, sweetie. Okay. So now we are going to speak about some particular herbs that every household cupboard has, but if your cupboard doesn't have it, it's very easy to obtain. Okay, and I'm going to go through a list, and Carrie's going to go through a list, and Carrie's going to start with her list first.
Okay, so the first one I have is thyme. Okay, thyme is really good for love, purification, courage, health, healing, sleep, psychic powers. Okay, we also have sage. Everybody loves sage. We love sage. We use it for protection, purification, exorcism, longevity. We use it a lot. Okay. If you don't have the regular crumbled sage, get you some sage sticks. They're amazing. Rosemary. Protection, love, lust, mental powers, exorcisms, purification, healing, sleep, youth, and beauty. And I do want to give you a side note about rosemary, and this is a very helpful tip. If you are performing or you're trying to do a spell or anything like that, and you are missing an ingredient, use rosemary. It is good for everything. It is a catch-all, end-all herb that you can put in anything because it's so potent, it's so powerful, and it's all-encompassing. So, just quick side note on that one. Coriander, love, health, healing. Cardamom, lust and love. Then we have the anise for protection, purification, and youth. Fennel, protection, healing, and purification. Marjoram, protection, money, love, health, happiness.
And luck.
And luck. Ginger, we have love, money, success, power. It adds an extra boost of power to anything you're doing. Basil, love, exorcism, wealth, protection, and deal. Money, protection, lust, and love.
Basil is also good. I use basil as like a water, okay, and not like a water that you drink or anything, but like a water that you can spray or like you can wash, because water is like a multi-purpose herb, kind of like rosemary is. If you can't find any other herbs and you're just dumbfounded of what to put in it to substitute that particular herb, put basil or put rosemary. All right, they have tons and tons and tons of uses, and you can practically make anything happen with these two herbs. Okay, so with my list, I have oregano. With oregano, it's used for exorcism and protection. Also, some folks, depending on traditions, they use it for money as well. Also, allspice. Allspice is for money, luck, and healing. And then there is cinnamon. Now, with cinnamon, it's for spirituality, success, healing, power, psychic powers, lust, protection, and love. And then there is cloves, which is for protection, exorcism, love, and money. And then there is bay, which is one of my favorites, and also one of my favorites that I like to pluck off a bay tree and shove it underneath my pillow because it's wonderful for prophetic dreaming. Protection, psychic powers, healing, purification, and strength. And then also licorice root. With licorice root, it's lust, love, and fidelity. And then the next one is cumin, which is for protection, fidelity, exorcism, and protection against theft. And I know with there was this very very well-known elderly lady in the old neighborhood that I used to live in that had cumin plants all in the 4 directions of her house. And I asked her one day, and I was like, well, what's these for? Because if you've ever seen a cumin plant looks weird. Okay. And she was like, these are to protect my house against thieves, or she called them bad people. And I was like, oh, okay. So I learned something new that day, and come to find out, she never, ever, ever, ever had her house broken into or anything ever stolen from her. And out of her belief, it was due to those cumin bushes or those cumin shrubs. So definitely listen to the old people. The old people are smart.
Yes.
So the next thing we have is garlic, garlic is for protection and purification and exorcism. And also garlic is used for a good tonic, such as like a longevity tonic, which a lot of folks have different uses for 4 thieves vinegar. But 4 thieves vinegar can be used as a tonic. It can be used as a antibacterial. It can be also used as a cleanser. It can be used. It can be used in screwing someone's life up as well. But we won't go there. But yes, garlic is one of the ingredients of 4 thieves vinegar, and is a wonderful tonic for the health. Okay, and then the next one we have is mint, and this is the last one we have as well, which is mint, and it's for money, good fortune, and prosperity. Okay, and those are the basic herbs in the kitchen cupboard that most families have. If you don't, you can easily find them at your local supermarket or your local food department store or your local market, period. Okay?
I also have a couple of tips just for general use. Eggs. Most everybody eats eggs unless you're highly allergic to them. Okay? If you take the eggshell, rinse it out real good, let it dry about a week and a half, crush it up, Put it in an airtight container. Eggshells are really good for any type of fertility work, if you're dealing with life energy work, or you just need an extra boost of magical power. Eggshells are very, very good for all of that. Also, salt. Everybody uses salt. If you are any type of decent witch, you have salt.
Yes.
Take a little small bowl. It doesn't have to be very big. Little small bowl. Put some salt in it and put one in every room of your house. Salt absorbs negative energy and keeps positivity flowing. Okay.
Also, another thing is by my kitchen door, I like to keep a broom that is upside down, because if the broom falls, you know an unwelcome intruder is going to approach your doorstep. But also, now some folks have the broom and the mop. Okay, so if the mop falls, okay. Now this one varies, okay, and it varies, or vice versa, okay, and I've heard it in different ways, and the ways that I've heard it is, if the broom falls, a welcome visitor's coming. If the mop falls, an unwelcome visitor's coming, okay, and then I heard it, if the broom falls, an unwelcome visitor's coming, and if the mop falls, a welcome visitor's coming. So I don't know. I guess it's from personal belief, or what your house or what your tradition went by. But remember what I said. Listen to your old people. Your old people know their shit.
Yes, they do. Also, if you collect sacred water and you charge it under a new moon or a full moon, and you're making a big old thing of spaghetti for your significant other, and you want to just add some oomph to it, okay? Use some of that sacred water. You can dilute it down. I understand most people don't want to collect 30 gallons of sacred water. That is understandable. I'm not doing it. I have nowhere to store it, for one. Okay? Use a ratio like 1 to 5. So 1 cup of that and 4 cups of regular water, and voila, you have enhanced water in your cooking. And that's just, an example. But always remember to leave something out for your fairies. Bless your fairies every time you can. I do it every day. I work with fairies, though. But you do have kitchen fairies that they help you in the kitchen. They add their magic. They add their oomph. And they love honey, milk,
sugar cubes.
Yes, sugar cubes.
And then some fairies, depending on your type of fairies, they like chocolate as well. But I will tell you, keep chocolate away from your dogs and away from animals, because they will
get sick.
Yes,
I do honey and I do milk, because my cat will, share. Unwilling or not, he shares with them.
Mm-hmm. But with the natural or with the herbs and the or simply by stirring your spells or food or in like a pattern, or in like a circular motion, or in a clockwise or widdershins or dissoil direction. It's basically either, like, say for instance, like the clockwise.
If you go clockwise, you're
putting positive energy in.
You're trying to channel something. You're calling in,
drawing it in.
Okay.
And then for like counterclockwise
is you're banishing. You're doing you're getting rid of negativity. You're repelling something. You're doing the opposite. So make sure that you pay attention as you're doing this.
Remember your crystals. Remember your crystals in the kitchen as well. Quartz crystal stays in my pocket a lot of the time. So what I like to do if I'm cooking in the kitchen, now remember, not everybody cooks in the kitchen all the time. and you can simply spruce up a takeout order with a little bit of magic as well. All right, and you can simply use it by like taking your quartz crystal and drawing like a pentagram or a star or a cross
or a rune or a sigil or anything.
Anything to make it magical, because remember, the simple act of making it magical is basically
infusing it with power.
Infusing it with an intention or infusing it with a purpose. Okay? And that is a purpose for you, not necessarily a purpose for everyone or a purpose for Tom, Dick, or Harry down the street.
Right.
But it's specifically for you or specifically for your household or your family. And also, like at the kitchen sink, a lot of people have dish soap. Like, say, for instance, if this was your dish soap, you would take and you would say, this is a little bit of prosperity or abundance oil. A couple drops in your dish soap. So your whole family will wash their hands, or you'll wash your hands. But make sure you keep it very hypoallergenic and keep it very simple. Don't go adding an oil that has like 7 or 9 different essential oils in it, but keep it like down to at least like 1 or 2 essential oils, or maybe a specific oil in like hand soap, but not in your dish soap. Yeah, just keep it simple, or use your common sense.
And if you're not familiar with essential oils and you don't know the correct formula for how much you need per ounce as far as drops go, I tell you now, less is better, because there are so many oils that people are allergic to. Cinnamon oil cannot go directly on the skin and stay on it. Everybody loves the smell of cinnamon. I love the smell of cinnamon. You can use it as like in your hand soap, but you only want to put very small amounts because it is a skin irritant. So many essential oils are skin irritants. So please be careful. Please be careful if you do that.
Yeah, you don't want to get it in places it's not supposed to be.
That's exactly right. I was trying to be, decent about it, and you're, you're common. You're being common.
I am not being common.
You're being common in a polite way.
Anyways, but so we're getting ready to go into some information about a certain. You can do this 2 different ways. You can make it into a charm bag, or you can make it into like a sprig. Okay, and when I call a sprig, and
like a bundle.
Or a bundle. I call it a sprig because I'm a creep. Okay, or I'm
you're a creep. You're creepy.
I'm weird like that. Okay, but
don't mind the creepy guy.
So it's called, or what we call it is the Blessed Kitchen Charm Bag, or the Blessed Kitchen Sprig or bundle. So what this is a fresh rosemary, or a large sprig of rosemary, a whole bay leaf, and then a strip of an orange rind, and then a length of twine or string, and then, depending on how you want to do it, a bag,
or just
fabric,
leaf,
or bundle, whatever. However you would like to do it, you're more than welcome to do it, but you want to tie the bay leaf and the strip of orange rind to the base of the rosemary sprig, and tie and wrap that securely.
Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're going to want to hang it in your kitchen. It's going to help purify that space. It's going to bring in a lot of positive energy into your home, into your kitchen, and you're just going to create it's going to be, as you're creating it, you kind of want to put your intention in that this is my sacred space This is a very, very powerful.
If you think of it, you think of what the rosemary's for. The rosemary's for to protection,
Cleansing, healing, purification.
Keeping you sharp, keeping you alert, and you really want to be alert in the kitchen. Then you got the bay leaf, and my grandma always said, keep a bay leaf in your wallet, buy your money. And bay leaves for money and success and prosperity and abundance and all that good stuff. And then also psychic powers as well. And you want to always use your, I like to use my intuition in the kitchen, because if you're using your intuition in the kitchen, well, I guess it's kind of like a southerner thing. What we do is we don't measure anything.
No.
It's just a little bit of this,
throw a little bit of this, throw a little bit of that.
And we
do it
call
till it feels
all
good.
kinds.
Turn the oven on
There
till
you
it
go.
feels good, and don't worry about it.
There
Don't
you
worry
go.
about it. It'll be all right.
But that's what we do down here in the South. But some folks, they do have to do measurements, but I personally, I don't.
We don't.
I it, and that's how I've always done it.
I feel it.
But the rosemary, bay leaf, and orange rind charm bag, bundle, or sprig is a very cheap, affordable way of protecting the home, purifying it, and also bringing in positive energy into your home. Hey,
Hi,
Peggy, how are you?
Also, have fun with that. Don't just use what we give you. Go online, check it out, get to know your herbs, and you can always change it. Make it your own. Make floor washes, make hand soaps. You can do anything with kitchen witchery. You really can.
A lot of people use rice too.
Yeah, rice.
Rice is a very, very affordable way that you can do effective money magic.
With green food coloring.
Green food coloring and probably about a cup of rice. Put you like maybe...
we use 9.
We use 9 drops of food coloring. And you stir that baby in. And then you line that around your candle on your saucer. And then put 4 bay leaves in the 4 directions.
Add a little cinnamon, honey, whatever you want to do.
Take your candle or your green candle. Your green candle's going to look like this. Put your name and the amount of money that you need right there. And then you want to take some oil, and you can use like some olive oil, sunflower oil.
Any type of oil
that you
have
have in the kitchen. And you
spray or regular oil. It doesn't matter.
You want to anoint the candle going up towards you.
Being this is the wick.
Being this is the end of the candle, and that is the wick.
You want to anoint.
Anoint it going up
the candle.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, say for instance, if you wanted to push something from you, you would move it out, away from the candle, or away from you. But in this case,
like
you're
for
bringing
money, you're
it
going to
towards
bring
you.
it towards you. Yeah.
So then after that, put you some oil up there, anointing up there, and then you want to sprinkle it with cinnamon, and then light that baby, or attach it to your plate with the rice and the 4 bay leaves in the 4 directions, and light that sucker up, and then have at it. And I will tell you, within 7 days, you will definitely either 1, have a paycheck, 2, have you a job to make you a paycheck, or 3, find you some money laying somewhere on that ground. I will tell you, it has never failed me. It's never failed much of any folks that I've ever told. So you don't have to go buy a green candle. All you have to do really is you can use a burnt green candle, but I would tell you just clip off the burnt piece of the wick, and then reuse the candle. But make sure that you clear it. Like, say for instance, You can rub it in salt, or you can rub it in a little bit of salt and baking soda. But if you have a new candle, it would work better, but it's not required. If you like, all you have is a green candle that is available, then I mean, go ahead and use the green candle that has been half burnt, and then just clip the wick and do your thing.
And also, a lot of times you don't have to use specifically fresh or specifically dried herbs. Either one would be good, and if you prefer dried, pop them suckers in the oven for a little bit on 200 and let them cook till they're dry. All you have to do is keep a check on it, make sure they don't burn. So you can self-dry these out. We use both ways. We use the oven, and we also use the, what's that thing called? Dehydrator.
Dehydrator.
Yes. So,
some folks do this for 7 days in a row. I like to do it for a period of, well, depending on if you're doing a long-term money candle spell for like a large amount of money. Because if you're doing that, you need to do it for a longer amount of time, like a 7-day period. But if you're doing it like for, like, say, $500, then just do it for like a max of 3 days. But if you're doing this for, like, say for instance, 5,000 to 10,000, maybe $15,000. Make it a 7-day candle or a glass encased candle. Just make it green, and that would work just as well. But it all depends on what you have available. Don't let the smallest thing keep you from working effective magic, because really all you really need is a candle. Because
and it doesn't even have to be colored.
And it doesn't even have to be colored. It can be, it can be white. Like, I use a white candle very, very, very frequently.
You can use a tea light candle. You can get a pack of 100 from the dollar store for like $2. This
is me going outrageous, okay? This is me going outrageous.
That's too much. You don't need that. Just tell him to put it away. You don't need that.
That's going.
Tea lights are fine.
Yes,
and they burn in a couple
chime candles. Chime candles work great, and they burn in like less than.
I think we got a pack of 60 for like
Amazon.
$6 on Amazon.
And
little
they go
4-inch candles. They're real thin, real tiny. They go quick.
Yes, Stephanie. I go a little bit overboard on my candles. If I see
he hoards the candles. Just
shut up.
Please.
I love my candles, and if I go into a store and I find the candle out, popping that top, Nevin, you know it. But because the scent has I guess it activates memories. It activates a lot of memories.
And they can do mood lifters. It can be a mood lifter.
Exactly.
All kinds of things.
So, now,
if you have a question, please feel free to call us. You know the number.
Yes, please do give us a phone call if you have a question. The area code is 323-870-3791. Again, that is 323-870-3791. Okay. All right. So we are getting ready to come on time to where we are about up for time, but I want to give everybody a chance, and just in case they have a question, that they have a chance to call in. And you still have time to call in very quickly, and that is 323-870-3791, or you can type your question out and press enter and get it on my screen so I can read it, and I'll answer your question like that, or Carrie will answer your question. So, hello, Wendy. How are you?
Hi. Also, if you do want to get up with us, you can reach me personally. My email is thesilverwhisper@gmail.com. And
my contact information is, my email is angelicguidance13@gmail.com. My website is www.amagicaljourney.com. My blog is www.bryanrawls.com, BRYANRAWLS.com. Also, my office number is 586-659-9620. Again, that is 586-659-9620. And I am open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or the telephone is on from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, not on the weekends.
Also, if you didn't get a chance to get my email and you know Bryan's contact information, you can contact me through Bryan. He can get me any messages you might have, any questions. He can get all that information to me, just in case.
Yes, just in case. So, let me check and make sure there is, if there is any other phone callers. Alright, and apparently not at the moment unless someone is asking some questions. Alright, my number again is 586-659-9620. Again, that is 586-659-9620. Alright, and you would like to know if you will be able to give who a wedding? Not understanding what you mean, Noda. Who are you trying to give a wedding to, Noda? The one thing that I would recommend that you do special for this this full moon is definitely write your intentions out on a piece of paper, and make sure that they are burnt in a white candle, in the flame of a white candle. Okay. And that would just be writing your intentions out, or what your desires would be, and then burning them in a white candle. Okay, so Melanie. Alright, so will you be able to give Melanie a wedding? Okay, so I do see that her health is going to be okay, so her health seems to be going to be looking up, or getting more okay, so her health seems to be climbing up that ladder of like her getting stronger, more strong-willed. So I do see that from her past, she was going downhill, but and I'm viewing up to 6 weeks from now, so what I see here is that she is looking pretty well to me, so I'm going to say that she will improve. But understand that with her improving, she is going to she is definitely going to increase in the things that that she wasn't able to do when she was sick. So so those things that she weren't able to do when she wasn't well is things that she's going to be able to do very quickly once she starts feeling better. So I do feel as if this is going to be something that that basically is a work in progress. So do understand, Nilda, that it will get better. Okay. So we are running out of time, so I want to give my contact information one last time, and I want to allow Carrie to give her contact information one last time, and also give the information for the full moon in 6 degrees Capricorn transmission information out if you want to participate in that. So Carrie, your contact information one last time.
You can reach me by email, and this is a personal business email address, so you'll reach me personally, is thesilverwhisper@gmail.com. TheSilverwhisper@gmail.com.
Okay, and you all can contact me at my office at 586. Again, that is 586-659-9620. Again, that is 586-659-9620. My website is amagicaljourney.com. That is AMAGICKALJOURNEY.com. My email address is AngelicGuidance13@gmail.com. And that is ANGELICGUIDANCE 13@gmail.com. And excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied and twisted. And
he doesn't email himself a lot. You just have to forgive him. It's like trying to tell somebody your phone number. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't ever call myself.
You would think I've done this plenty times before, but yes, I still do get tongue-tied and twisted. So please forgive me. But it's never a dull moment around me or around us two. So yeah. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show about kitchen witchery, and do know that that you can make every day a magical day in your kitchen, and just make sure that you always remember and always know the rule of 3. Whatever you send out comes back 3 times.
Also, I'd like to say, personally, we love you guys' feedback. If y'all want us to do a show about something in particular, maybe give you some know-how or something, email one of us, contact us in some way and let us know. We love doing this for you guys. I love it. And I know you love it. We enjoy it.
And thank you, Peggy.
Thank you for everybody.
We enjoyed that you enjoyed this. So thank you so very much. So I love each and every one of you, and I hope that you all join me next Wednesday evening. Actually, I don't even know if we're having a radio show next Wednesday evening. I don't even know if the producer is going to have a radio show next Wednesday evening. So it's up to Tiffany if we have a radio show. So Tiffany, let me know if we're going to have one next Wednesday. If not, much love, everybody. I will return the following week. And then I'll be going on vacation on the 13th, and then you won't see me for all that following week. But I will return. You will see me again. All right. And let me see. And yes, there will be a next week's show. Yes, and that's if my family doesn't plan anything myself. So I'll let y'all know beforehand. All right. I love each and every one of you. Let angel wings guide your dreams. Blessed be, and namaste.
Bye.